You hand that to the directors and it goes on to the executive producers. And then once they're happy with it, it gets sent out to studio. On some shows, it goes to the network first. They get a chance to do the notes. And then once they're done, it goes to the studio and then it comes back and then they get a second pass on it and then they show it that. And then you lock it and you say, okay, we've done all the notes. You get the script and you get the footage and you cut your first cut, the editor's cut, and you have, I don't know how many days it is, 9 or 10 days or something to cut that. And then you hand that to the directors and and this is kind of the same way for all comedies and dramas are slightly different, but so the directors have 2 or 3 days. It's changed now because of the recent new contract. And they can come in, or if it's remote, if they can work with you for 2 days and they may send in a page of notes and you do them and then you work with them on jump. And after they're done, they kind of have left the process and it goes on to the executive producers and they get a pass and they have their say and they'll either get on again. Sometimes it's just written notes that we can understand how to execute, and sometimes we work together. And then once they're happy with it, it gets sent out to studio. On some shows, it goes to the network first. They get a chance to do the notes, and then once they're done, it goes to the studio, and then it comes back, and then they get a second pass on it, and then they show it that, and then you lock it, and you say, okay, we've done all the notes. On Only Murders, the studio network is one pass that goes together. And so, yeah, it's like this whole process. And what your hope is, and especially once you've established a show, you tend to get less notes because everyone sort of knows how it should be. We don't, we put a great deal of effort into sending them a really good cut with no issues that they should have to worry about. So usually their notes are additive or just like a fresh set of eyes and, help clear things up. Occasionally you'll get an episode that just has some issues that, weren't apparent during the script phase and you have to kind of work. And what I find is that every episode, if there's anything to really work on it, we know what that thing is from the beginning, and it's like a thing that no one can really agree on how it should be, and so there's debates about it all the way to the final set of notes. It's like, and it's usually something that it's like it's very subjective.
So did you ever hit a hole in one, as it were, where you just banded in a cut and nobody had? I can't imagine that ever happens, but like they're just like, great job.
I've come pretty close, but there's
Mhm.
always like a little thing here because no one, that their job is to give notes, so they're gonna come up and give notes, and when we hand it in, we hand in temp score. And then we'll get notes on score, like, oh, this needs to be more, and we say, okay, yes. When the composer comes in, they'll do that. And so
Mhm.
you kind of know that those notes are kind of
Right,
just
right.
there for.
Well, you have to know how to interpret them
Yeah,
and know where they're coming from. And yeah, I think that probably comes with experience too.
yeah.